was too low. How do you know? That didn't seem too low. What?
So try to get back in that stance that you had. Like you were, I
was
saw you
here and then I went like that.
Yes, and it looked like you were almost about to kind of fall in the kitchen. You're a little bit not as stable. I don't know if you saw anything on your side. Did you feel like she was reaching for too much?
I think, I don't think she was reaching for too much. I think if your contact point's below the net on a ball you want to speed up, you need a lot more topspin to make sure it clears the net.
Okay.
Whereas I think your swing path was a little bit more flat.
A punch. Yeah, I think you're right.
Which if your contact point's above the net, totally fine. You can kind of punch it and then you can get the ball down. But if you're going to take one that's a little bit lower, less pace, a little bit more spin so that it can clear the net.
Gotcha.
So the challenging part about attacking a ball when it's below the net is because you have less pace, you have to be more accurate with your target. Because if you don't hit a good target, you might get killed on the next one.
So are you really conservative? Would you have ever attacked that? Or do you always, you wait for like the perfect attack? Because that was like yellow, right? If you're talking about a yellow, green, red light, that was yellow.
I thought it was a good opportunity to go for it.
Okay.
I think maybe wait a little bit more. I think it's really hard, again, if you're super extended. That's what I kind of meant by like you were overreaching. It's really hard to use that flick that we call it, the backhand flick, or get the top spin. So you got to make sure you let it come a little bit closer to your body so it's easier for you to really execute that shot. But yeah, sometime for sure. I think we did a good job of kind of moving the ball around. We got an opportunity. Sean gave us a great pop up a little bit, and you went for it. It's just that make sure sometimes we get too excited and we're like, oh, I have to hit that one. It's my opportunity, my only one. No, just take your time and then try to use more topspin. Let it come a little closer to your body so you can really rely on that topspin.
And know that Sean will pop it up again, and I'll get another opportunity.
It's not the end of the world if you don't take the first one, but I would say that's not a bad choice.
Okay.
Because we did have an opportunity to attack on that one.
Just hit it different instead of a punch. Hit
yes,
it top.
And let it come to you a little bit more, so you're not like overreaching. It's hard to do anything when you're completely extended here.
And then worrying about falling too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And I have a question.
Yes.
So I noticed that like when games get towards the end of them, a shot like that might not be seen just because they're trying to slow down the game a little bit, trying to step back and take dinks. How does the game change from when you're trying to do, great shots and make good shots and make winners to when you're getting towards the end of the game, you're just trying to keep inside of the dink rally? Like, how does your mindset change, your game change?
I think that reason, like you're wondering what's the difference between letting it bounce, like why some players let it bounce versus other players kind of take it out there in a way. It really depends on your preference. I think a lot of players, like for me, I like being pretty close to the kitchen line and look for speed up out of the air. I can also name a few other players that like to do that, whereas some players are just a lot more comfortable letting the ball bounce and then set their feet, look at what's happening on the other side, and pick a target and go for a speed up. But it really depends. I think in that scenario, we were both also close to the kitchen because we saw the pop-up, right? If you see a pop-up and you're kind of 2 feet away, you're not really you're gonna be late to take that ball and try to do something offensive with it. So I think as soon as we saw that you popped it up, we kind of came close to that kitchen and tried to put even more pressure on you. Whereas like if you stay here, we put some pressure, you gave us a pop-up and we stay here, then we have to let it bounce. And we kind of lost an opportunity there to be aggressive. I don't know if that answers your question. So it's kind of a mindset, I would say, and just a preference. If you're more of a player that likes to take things out of the air, or if you're more comfortable letting it bounce, it really depends on on you.
Okay.
If you want to evolve your pickleball game, make sure you subscribe to Selkirk TV to stay up to date with the latest lessons and podcasts.